Participants, sorry for the delay in starting the afternoon session because we have received a request from some of you that this afternoon session should be started little late as the second session of today's program was little delayed for 20 minutes by our resource person Dr. Aaron Gordon. So there was a little delay in starting the afternoon session. Now our resource person Dr. M. Chandrasekhar sir, he is ready to deliver his talk on literature review. Now I would like to welcome him to this program. Dr. Chandrasekhar sir is the professor and chairman in the Department of Studies in Library and Information Science, University of Mysuru. He holds MBA, MLIC, PhD LAN, PhD HRM, and PhD degree from Library Science. He was also a UGC qualified JRF research scholar. He has more than 27 years of teaching and research experience. He has edited 6 books and authored a book. He has published over 180 research articles, conference papers, and book chapters. He has successfully guided 15 PhD and MPhil students. He has also organized several workshops, conferences, seminars, and he has given his thoughts as invited speaker in several platforms like conferences and many other occasions. He has been the recipient of the State Award from the Department of Public Library, Karnataka. Teachers Excellent Award from the Confederation of Education Excellence, New Delhi. He has also received the award from Institution of Self-Reliance, which is Bharata Vikas Award. He served as a president of Mysore Library and Information Scientist Association, and he is a vice president of Milan, Mysore University Information and Library Science Alumni Network. He is a life member of library professional associations like ILA, IASLIC, IIT, LIC, ALA, MyLisa, Milan, and Kala. With this brief introduction of him, I would like to once again welcome him to this session. Sir, over to you.
Okay. Good afternoon. Good afternoon, all of you. Thanks for introducing me, Mr. Kodanram.
Sir.
Yes, thank you for introducing me.
Thank you, sir. It's my pleasure,
okay.
Sir.
Thank you very much. Thank you for giving opportunity for me. I first of all thank your PS authority as well as the librarian Kodanram for giving an opportunity to deliver lecture on literature review. So, without wasting our time, I'll present this one. Okay, this is that. Okay, good afternoon, all of you. The topic assigned by Kodanram for me is literature review, a complete step-to-step guide. Whether my voice is audible?
Yes, sir, audible, sir.
Okay, whether is echoing something?
Yes, sir, slight echo is there, sir. Since you are sitting in that room, it's echoing.
Okay, what I can do now, the sound is more, I do that. Now it's okay?
Yeah, okay, sir. Better, sir.
Hello?
Yes, sir. Audible, sir.
Is it okay? Audible?
Yes, sir. Audible, sir.
Because now it is not echoing.
Yes, sir.
Not that much, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
If you're echoing, you can tell. No problem.
Okay, sir. Please go ahead, sir. Now it's audible clearly.
How much time I have to take? 1.5 hours, no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, I'll take. This literature review, a complete step to guide. I think you are well aware that what do you mean by the research, etc. And the research Many of them are doing research or you all already completed your research. In the research or in any paper, I can research paper, the literature review is one of the important aspects. We have to refer the previous articles or the books or the information resources for writing our thesis as well as writing any research articles or conference papers. Let us brief this, I think on 5 minutes I give brief information about research, then I move towards what is a review of literature and its importance. As you are well aware that research is the search for knowledge using scientific methods. Why we are conducting research? That is mainly for solving a particular problem. That is why we can say that this Tuckman in the year 1978, he stated that a research is a systematic means of problem solving. Because why we are doing research? We are mainly thinking about all this, we are concentrating on solving a particular problem. Research is a systematic way of asking questions, a systematic method of inquiry, according to Joe Hardman and Hurt. He has given his this quoted in his book in the year 1996. And further also, there are many definitions. I don't want to give much about that because you are all well educated and also are highly educated, I can say. So research overall it is the search for knowledge. Okay, search for knowledge. Then we are searching the new knowledge. Then we have to see this the back. Okay, how many people have conducted research? Everything that is more important. Okay, any research. First and foremost thing is we have to the knowledge, what the present knowledge, not the past knowledge is very important. Okay, so from that we can continue our research. We can find out that we can seek new knowledge. Okay, it is a systematic and scientific search for getting relevant answers on any taken up specific topic. If you are doing the research, you are selecting a particular topic, and then for that you are in that you are asking this or putting many questions or objectives. Okay, the questions you are having in your mind that you have to solve. For that you have to continuously do research. What way you have to do research? Not haphazardly doing the research, doing the research very systematically and scientifically. So scientific, that's why it is scientific inquiry into a subject. Research is a movement from the unknown to the known, because we have to find out the new things, new information, new knowledge here. Okay, so it is the way of discovery. So there are many, we can see research comprised of defining this, redefining the problems, and there are many steps are coming in research. You know that one. Okay, defining and redefining the problem, formulating the hypothesis, and collecting data and organizing this and evaluating this data and giving this suggestions or the recommendations, etc. And finally reaching this conclusion and testing of hypothesis. That's what we call last you are doing generality of hypothesis. And the first and foremost, while designing research design or planning your research, what is important is collecting the data, related data. Okay, while planning your research or plot or this design your research, review of literature is more important. Okay, there are many aspects will be coming and brief information I will give you about that. And it is a general model of the scientific method of inquiry. If we are doing research systematically or scientific way, okay, that's what we might have studied, scientific method of inquiry. Okay, so if you are doing that way, what is important? Take this general problem. Define this particular problem. General, it is not this area you are selecting. Broadly, you are selecting at the beginning of your research. You are selecting broader area of research. And then after that, conducting literature review. Related to that, you are conducting the literature review from various sources. Then state the specific problem. After conducting literature review, you can get an awareness of the knowledge.
Sir, sorry
hello?
to interrupt, sir.
Hello?
Sir, we are getting a message from the participants that your voice is still echoing. So if you have a microphone, could you please wear it, sir, so that the echoing can be avoided?
Okay, 1 minute.
Yes, sir.
Microphone. Then I'll so I'll 1 minute. So open that one. I think now. So whether it is now audible?
Yes, sir.
Huh?
Yes, sir. But you please run the slide, sir.
I'll run the slide, no problem. Okay. Now it's whether it's echoing?
No, sir, it's not echoing now.
Okay, because that's it was closed. Okay. So design running. Yes, it is running. It's not coming.
Sir,
Slide is not coming.
slide is coming, but you please maximize the screen, sir.
Maximize. Okay. Yes, it is now. It's visible. Okay. Nice. Okay. So, general model of the scientific method of inquiry, what we are discussing, conducting this literature review that I already explained, then state specific problems, and after this stating specific problem, designing the methodology, that's what called the research design, then gathering the data, related data, then analyze the data, then report results, then finally is polish and verify this hypothesis. This is what we are doing. So, this is the general model of the scientific method of inquiry. Next, there are many types of research. One is it should be reliable. Reliability is more important. Next, validity, then accuracy. Accuracy of the data, what you have collected should be accurate, and credibility should be there. Then generalizability, then empirical, then systematic and control one. Let us come to this review of literature. Review of literature in research. Literature review is mainly defined as it is an examination of the research that has been conducted in a particular field of study. It is that literature review is nothing but examination of the research that has been conducted in a particular field of study. Because what are these? How many people have conducted research in this particular area that we have to find out first. That is the first and foremost work we have to do in our research. Then only we can get an idea about how many people have conducted and what they have conducted, what methodologies they have adopted, and many other things. And then also we can get some avenues or gaps for conducting our research, okay, or selecting our research topic. And that's why this review of this literature is defined as it is a systematic examination of the publication to the research project. Review of literature, critical summary of the research on a topic of interest, generally prepared to put a research problem in context of to identify the gaps as well as weakness in peer studies so as to justify a new investigation. So this is what the research, okay, review of literature. Review of literature is the body of the text that aims to review the critical points of the knowledge on a particular topic of research. Because that is while studying this previous literature, we can get an idea, okay, idea about what further we can do, what are these topics we can select from these. So all this will be possible through.
Sir,
hello.
Voice is not that clear, sir.
Clear
Still, it is echoing. Yes, sir.
Echoing,
yes, sir.
So I have to wait. Echoing again. 1 minute, that's true. Can you give 2 minutes then?
Yes, sir.
Okay, then I'll continue, no problem. Okay. So give me 2 minutes, then no problem. No problem. Okay, okay, that I will. That I will. Now it's okay?
Yes, sir. Okay, sir. Please maximize it.
Okay, that I will.
Open it in full screen, sir.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Okay, we are discussing about review of literature in research. Before that, sorry for interruption. So, review of literature in the research. This is one of the important aspect in any research. Literature review is defined as an examination of the research that has been conducted in a particular field of study. There are many definitions relating to review of literature. A literature review is a body of text that aims to review the critical points of knowledge on a particular topic of research, according to ANA this 2000. Then literature review is not. It is not annotated bibliography. Many of the theses you might have seen that they are putting full whole this abstract they are collecting from various databases and putting as it is. So literature review says it is not an annotated bibliography. Don't put this abstract as it is. What is important? You have to take important points from that. Okay. First and foremost, you have to go to the secondary sources. Means there are many databases are available. In one example, I can say this IEEE database. From IEEE databases, by searching, you can explore many literature and many this abstracts you can get or the full text you can get, and then what you have to do, you have to get some summary from that, not the abstract what they have given. And many pieces what they are doing, they are directly taking this whatever this abstract they have given, putting into their thesis. It is not. That's why it is not an annotated bibliography. Annotated bibliography means it is abstract with the bibliography. Okay, it is list of the seemingly unrelated sources. Literature review is not seemingly unrelated sources. Here, all this information should be related one. Okay, unrelated if you are giving, there's no meaning in that. Then it should be continuously come. Okay, one after another. For the first paragraph and the next paragraph, or the first what literature you are given and the second literature, then relationship should be there. Continuity should be very much required. The literature survey containing author's bio, list of these works, or this summaries of sources. It is not. Yeah, it is not containing author's biography or list of works or the summaries of the sources. Okay, don't give that one. Author's bio is not important. List of the works are not important. Summary of the sources are not important. Then it is a background, not a background information or explanation of concepts. So it is not this literature review means not providing background information or explanation about the concepts or the various concepts. What we have to do is what the research he has conducted, the that research findings or the important points only you have to take. That's what you have to do. Then, it is not an arrangement for the importance of your research, although the literature review can and often does support your position. Okay, arguments you can give, no problem. Inferences you can give, but don't give this importance of this your not a review of literature. So this is what we are seeing. Then you are getting an idea what actually the literature review is. Then purpose. Let us see the purpose of literature review. It is attain a good knowledge of the field of inquiry, means the facts and the scholars. What is important? You get a good knowledge. Knowledge on what? Knowledge on the field of inquiry, what we are conducting the research. In that in-depth knowledge, what we have to get. As a scholar, before this continuing our research, we have to get enough data. For example, you can see this will be applicable to each and every field. If you are in industry also or in any company also, before investment, as per the White has suggested in 1981 itself, if you're before investment, we have to collect adequate information. Then what will happen? We can get maximum profit. Okay, if you are not this collecting this enough information before investment, maybe he will he will fail in that this business also. So these are the many problems what we can face in our research also. That's why before starting any research, you have to get adequate information relating to that particular topic or this field of inquiry. The methodologies are common to the field. Methodologies are common to the field. So then, because this methodology, what they have used, and how much sample population, what is the sample population they have selected, and then what are these formulas they have adopted, what are the statistical techniques they have adopted, what are the objectives they have given, or the questions they have given. Okay, then hypothesis framed. Okay, these are the many things we can get out of this literature review. That's why this literature review, their purpose is methodologies, we can get it from there. And it is a proposed research is really needed. Proposed research is really needed here. So any research, what is important is the review of literature is more important. It helps to narrow a problem. While studying that, thoroughly studying this about a particular area, what we can do now, we can narrow our problem. What will happen now, normally doing the research, for example, nanotechnology. Many people have conducted research on nanotechnology. In that, maybe some gaps are there. That we have to find out. Then what you have to do? You have to conduct a review of literature. In that one minute aspect, okay, that particular problem, no one has touched. That aspect we can take, okay, we can select. For that, review of literature is very much needed. Then generalization of hypotheses. Okay, the research questions or questions for further studies. For this also, generalization of hypotheses, because we have to frame the hypotheses. Hypotheses are nothing but the assumptions. Okay, before starting, we are having many assumptions. So how we can do this one? Frame the hypothesis by seeing the previous research, and the research questions also, or the questions for the further study also we can take. For all these things, it will help much. And then it is comments a long-term study of our research. if you are doing this long-term study, for that review of literature is very important, because it is not one-time business. Because we sometimes we are doing research research is our interest, maybe interest. Some are doing research for getting the degree. It may be either MPhil degree or the PhD degree. Okay. Some are doing research for their promotion, for writing articles, everything. So after that, after getting PhD also or MPhil degree also, we can concentrate on research. So it is not a one-time job. Okay. Research is not a one-time job. It is a continuous one. If a continuous one, what we have to do, we have to continuously search the literature, search the relevant literature in that particular area. That's more important. If you have collected this research related to that area, we can do lot of work in that. We can specialize in that particular areas. For example, any this automobile industry. So in that area, or electronics, okay, or mobile technology. So these are the areas. There are many areas are available in that area. If we are continuously doing research, we can do it. It will help much. Okay. Then next, it is delimiting our problems. How it is helpful? It is helpful for delimiting our problems. So we can delimit our problem. So seeking the new approaches also. Through this review of literature, we can seek new approaches, avoiding this sterile approaches, insight into methods, recommendation for further research, and sampling character this current this opinion. For all these things, this will help much. Okay. We have, because I already mentioned all these things. Delimiting the problem is more. There are many problems are there, but we cannot just concentrate in all these areas. Okay, research, we have to take one small this unit out of that. Okay, one small this problem we can take, we can continue research in that. Okay, seeking the new approaches and avoid sterile approaches and insight into the methods and recommendations for further research. At the end of our research, what is important? We have to give recommendation for further research. That's why if you want to give recommendations, this is more important. And another important thing where it is helpful, tenability of hypothesis. You are testing the hypothesis, then you have to see that one, the previous in writing inferences. For writing inferences, this will help much. And sampling this current opinion for that. This sampling selection for that also, it will help you. So there are many importance of review of literature. I don't want to tell this in detail, because you might have aware all these things. It is a generalization of fulfilling research questions or projects or the activities for the discipline, and determination of any gaps or this inconsistencies in body of knowledge, and development of hypotheses to be tested in the research study, etc. It also helps in planning a research. Planning a research. So next, functions. What are the functions of the research, a review of literature? First and foremost is focuses on previous research. It is mainly focuses on previous research. By this review of literature, I already mentioned that you can get what other scientists or other researchers have conducted research in that particular area, that we can get. This shows how your study fills the gap. Okay, this fills the gap. So you have to fill the gap. That's more important, because this particular area no one has conducted research. In that area we can easily select it. The necessity for your study also, because review of literature, as I told, it is a must. Okay, in any research, in any, it is maybe it is a experimental research or a survey or action research, whatever maybe, because this is a more important in any type of research. It sets the boundaries. So through this, we can get an idea. Okay, I can concentrate only this particular area, because it is not possible within a stipulated time to complete all this find solutions to these various problems. I can concentrate only one, and then we can come to this put boundaries to our research. That will be possible. Then scope and length. This is a what is the scope? Let us see this, how we have conducted a review of literature or literature review. So this is the current state of the theory. So current, what is going on in that particular area, we can find out. For example, mobile technology or wireless technology. Okay, then or there are many other areas also we can see. Okay, so what is going on? Internet, particularly internet technology. Internet technology, IoT, Internet of Things. In that, what are these recent development is going on? That we can get current state of the theory. What is going on in, if you are doing this master's research, okay, master means you are this M.Tech degree or this MCA. Okay, for all these, you while collecting this literature review, you have to collect at least 10 years this data. Okay, 10 years literature you have to collect. Okay, 10 years means what we will do? The latest one. Okay, the recent 10 years data you have to collect. Okay, then doctoral, much further, you can take the 20 or 25 years data. That will be helpful. This mainly depends upon the type of your study. Okay, which type of study, on the basis of that we can we can say the length, how much this data, how many years of data we have to collect. Then avoid this verbosity is not okay. Then ability to synthesize literature, then brief but focuses, because it should be the brief and we have to focus towards our study, our area. I already told it is there are many problems are there, many research problems are there in your this technical field also, but you cannot concentrate in each and every one. Okay, you can concentrate only one or two. That's all. Okay, that's what you are think your which area you are focusing. Then it includes a summary of existing knowledge. So it is literature review. It is nothing but it is summary of existing knowledge, what is going on, okay, etc. And the critical evaluation of the literature, critical evaluation of what the, or we can say this is a trend. Okay, the recent trends, what is going on in that particular area, one particular area. So this is what web technology or any area. Test what has been done before, because what we can test from this review of literature review, what has been done before. That for that question we can get the answer, and what have others said on this particular area. Then what is the relevance of this research, and what is the difference, and then agreement and disagreement related to that. And many this research is going on. You know that from during this time, from last 2 years, there are many researches going on. COVID, it's a COVID pandemic. Okay, there are many this vaccinations also. Vaccinations they are conducting the research. Scientists are in the scientific laboratories. They are doing the research. Uh, this continuous, it is a continuous process, what I can say. So for that, it is not the new one, this COVID, and it is there from many years. Okay, that's what they have to collect. What are, how many people have conducted research in that particular area? All these things they have to collect. Then research is history. So research history, this is another, it is survey, university databases, research history, then abstracts, then includes a book, because research history can be collected from many areas. Summary of the university databases, abstracts, include in books, this library research, this consultation. Okay, survey of many databases. From there we can get, and abstracts also very good source. Then books also very good source. There are many books that from there also we can get library research, this consultation from there also.
Sir, please disable the annotation option, sir.
Annotation. Oh, maybe it is coming.
Click on more, sir. You'll find it.
Mode, no?
Satish Shetty, please stop using the annotation.
Because some are doing it maybe.
Yeah. Satish Shetty, please be careful.
Yes, I was also seeing that.
Sir, click on more.
More, no? Yes.
Yes, sir. Then you'll find disable annotation
Here it is there. Yes.
and also you please clear this annotation, sir.
Yes, we have this believe, no? Correct, no?
Yes, sir. Disable annotation.
1 minute, 1 minute, 1 minute. Disable, this is correct. Okay, I got it.
Then select eraser from there and erase the annotated content.
This is one. Enable annotated errors. So it is not going. Can I this once again that one? No.
Yeah, please stop sharing the screen and
Not sharing. I'll do that one.
yes,
Okay.
sir.
Then once again I'll put that one. Then it will come. Okay. Now it's coming. Is it visible now?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Annotations have gone.
Yes, it has gone. Okay, that's a good right. Okay, materials, research history, we can see survey university databases. What we have to do is from where we can get the research history. The survey university databases. This is a one good this method. And abstracts also, there are many abstracting databases available. I already told. Uh, it may be you can get it from Web of Science or the Scopus, or you can get it from this IEEE databases. Okay, these are the many very good databases are available. From there you can get the material, and includes in the books also. Many books also give very good information related to you, your research. And library research consultants, you can approach the library, particularly you know that Kodan how he is helping to the users, okay, the researchers. If you want this more information about your how to conduct review of literature and other things, or particularly the APA and many others, you can get it. Okay, this is what this library and information professionals will give very good ideas where the information is available. So better anyone can consult them. So next. These material types, it may be the articles in refereed or international journals. Okay, articles in this peer reviewed or the refereed journals, from there you can get. There's particularly national or the international journals, from there you can get. Book chapters in the cited books. Book chapters also very good source of information. There also, even though it is a tertiary source of information, it's not the primary source, but it will also help in many ways. Articles in National Refereed Journal also, I already told it may be the national or the international refereed journal that will help you for it. Conference papers and the research reports, and many times you know that from PhD dissertations, okay, dissertations. In MHRD has this having one database, you know that one, Shodh Ganga. It gives very good information about research, because there are many the thesis it is a thesis repository of thesis and dissertations. While reading that one, you can get an idea. As a researcher, what they have to do now, first and foremost, without going blindly, okay, selecting the topic, they have to adequate literature should be collected. Okay, then they have to finalize the topic. That's what they have to do. Then organizing. So organizing this organization of literature review, how they have to do, I tell you. It involves this lot of reading. I already mentioned that one. Lot of reading, note taking, paragraph this arguments, and summarizing of the key findings and extracting the most critical quotes. Okay, not just blindly reading. What we have to do, we have to note down this one. What they said, what author has mentioned in that, what are the important results of that, okay, what are the important findings of this in there in the research articles or in the thesis and dissertation. All these things you have to summarize. Okay, so organize a literature review this broader topic to this subtopics and studies like yours that we learned. Initially I told what you have to do, no? You have to take this broader area. You don't know, because while doing this, if you are this budding researcher or this first time doing this research or writing the articles, you don't know which area I have to take. Then you have to find out which this area is interested. Okay, interested area you have to select first. In that area you have to collect adequate research, research data, and then that's what you call the broader topic. Then you can do that, you can select the one broader topic, then you can select a subtopic, and then you can after this you can narrow down further also your research or this you can finalize your research topic. Okay, studies like yours. Okay, that you can do. Okay, this is a one. And how to organize studies. Okay, how literature review should be organized. It is a the literature review, because I told you before collecting the data, and the data should be systematically. You have to note down. You have to write down somewhere, or you have to list the important note the important summaries of that, or the important findings of the methodology, etc. So how you have to chronologically by publication date wise or the by trend wise you can do. Okay, publication date wise also you can arrange, by trend wise the recent trends. Okay, then thematic wise the structure which this considers different themes. Okay, theme and sub themes you can. Okay, that way also you can organize. Methodologically also you can do focus on the methods of the researcher, example qualitative versus this quantitative approaches. This way also you can organize this. Summary of tables. It is useful to prepare. First and foremost, you prepare one summary. You use take one Excel sheet. In that Excel, in the Excel you can prepare one. Okay, very good this one, and there you can write this how to write. I'll tell you, because okay, it is useful to prepare such a tables, providing a quick overview that allows this reviewer to make sense of the large mass of information, because this information are abundant. Out of that you have to select very good this one, or what is related to, okay, particularly related to your topic, that you have to select. The table should contain the columns with the headings such as the author, then type of the study, then sample, what the sample they have selected, and the design which research design they adopted, and data collection approaches. It may be a questionnaire or interview, or this observation, whatever may be. Okay, okay. It depends upon the type of this and the key findings. Okay, that way you have to see here. This is one example. I have a summary of summary table of the literature. Atmospheric in the service environments. This is what we have taken. So this is you can see here first citations. Citations in that author's name we have given. Then the sample, how much sample they have taken. In the first example, 125 adults. Next, environment. Okay, furniture. This the store. Then you can see the methods what they have adopted. Okay, laboratory, experiment, photographic, and this there are many other. Then simulations. Then conclusion. Conclusion means it is a summary. Here they have given this brief about that. Okay, what this study says. Okay, what are the important findings of that the research that we can get it from there. That's why what I am telling here is make these type of one Excel sheet table you prepare. Okay, in that you make some columns and then draw some columns, and then you put citation, sample, environment, method, conclusion, etc. It will be better if you are doing. And then all the time you use the words, reporting the work. It's argues, because while writing literature review, what we can do is argues that, asserts that, assumes that, challenge that, claims, he claims, okay, claims that, the X, this author A claims that, or it contended, contradicts, and describes, okay, the article describes, okay, then he, this dispute, emphasizes. For example, one this author this Joshi is emphasized that. Okay, he examined that. He find that, or maintain, note that, object, observed that. Okay, pursued, propose, proved that, then purport, recommended that, and recommended in his research article or in a thesis. Refute, rejected, because there are many this type of this sentence also we can see. Remarked that. Okay, he remarks. Okay, suggested that he supports the idea, okay, idea of the X, okay. X has supported to Y, okay. X has supported the Y statement, okay. So these also making links between the studies. Agreements also. Similarly, author B points to. Likewise, author C makes the case that author D also makes this point. Again, it is possible to see how author E agrees with the author D. So these are the agreements also we can write. Then disagreements also we can see many times. However, author B points to, then on the other hand, author C makes the case that, then conversely, author D argues that, and nevertheless, what author E suggested. Okay. This way you are right. Then useful words and the phrases for introducing the direct course. For example, we can see I already mentioned as X states, believes, suggested, indicates, points out, observes, explains, argues, outlines, contradicts, proposes. Okay, these are the many ways we can write, many terminologies we can use. For example, X has argued that. According to X, okay, according to X, this now this is some problem, something we can write. X suggested or believes or observes that. So these are the many examples we can get. Writing process, what we have, how you have to write your literature review. First, what you do know, rough draft is that. Because at this stage it is not possible to come. It is a continuous, literature review is a continuous process. It's not the one-time job. If you started your research today you have to study this your literature. Okay, review of literature you have to do. At the end also, if you are submitting this your research after 3 years, then up to there also you have to see this what are these recent trends are going on, how many people have conducted research, okay, that you have to put it there. So that's why it is a continuous process. Then what you have to do, rough draft should be prepared, then final draft you can prepare, then you can edit. Okay, if you are going to submit your article, okay, final draft, okay, then you are submitting your thesis, okay, you can go for final, okay, then you have to edit, then edit again and again. So this is what you have to do. So others many times have someone else look at your literature review for clarity, because your thesis may be referred many people. Your thesis may be referred by many researchers. Okay, so nowadays all these research theses or research articles as well as this thesis and dissertations are available online. There are many repositories are available. So what is important, the clarity is more important. Can they understand what you are trying research to say? That the clarity should be there. So that's why don't write in a this big this big don't make big a lengthy sentence. Okay. Lengthy sentence, it's not required also. Don't use the scientific jargons also. Okay. If it is a really worth of important, then only you can use, otherwise not necessary. Okay. Then another important thing is what you want to say, clearly see. Okay. Okay. Then flow, does the organization make sense? Then completeness is more important. Are there areas left out, questions left unanswered, statements without citations? Okay. In writing this review of literature, one part is very important. That is what called the citations. Okay, that I'll touch later. Okay. So next we can see that good literature review means how it is. It should be focused one. Topic should be narrow. You should only present ideas and only report on studies that are closely related to your topic. Okay. So then concise it should be. Okay, ideas should be presented economically. Don't take any this more space than you need to present your ideas. It should be logical one, the sequence wise, systematically, one by one. Flow is very important. The flow within and among the paragraphs should be the smooth logical progression from one idea to the next. That's I told at the beginning itself. That's why continuity should be there. From continuity, how it is continuity. This the first paragraph, the second paragraph, second, third, that way. and develop it. Don't leave the story half told. You, whatever you want to say, you say very systematically, okay, in detail, okay. So then integrity also. Your paper should stress how the ideas in the studies are related. Focused on the big picture, what the commonality do all the studies share, how are some studies different from others. Your paper should stress how all the studies reviewed contribute to your topic. I think you might have observed, okay, many things. Okay, you have studied or referred many articles published in international journals. What they are doing, if this 5 years, five this 5-page article means they are giving another this 4-page references. Okay, if this 9-page article, in that you can see only this 5-page content and next rest are references. Okay, that's why they are conducting thorough study. That is the more important. If you are writing that way, then this internationally your paper will be accepted. So current, your review should focus on work being done on the cutting edge of your topic. Then integrative, your paper should stress how the ideas in the studies are related, focus on the big picture, etc. Current one, your review should focus on work being done on the cutting edge of your topic. There are many pitfalls we can see. Vagueness due to too much of this, too much or inappropriate generalization. If you are going this generalization, okay, not many of them they are while writing this literature review and they are not just concentrating on their topic, but they are generally writing all this. It is not required because whatever is your topic, no, topic related data you have to this collect and you are present in your literature review. Then limited range. Okay, limited range, that's also another disadvantage, insufficient information. If they have not collected sufficient information during their research, okay, while writing this review of literature, then it creates problem. Irrelevant material. So this is another thing. Omission of this contrasting views and omission of the recent works. Okay, these are the many pitfalls of what we can see. On components, how the components should be, how this review of literature, if you are this writing a research topic on review of literature, then a background of information is very important, then the theory and the review of literature on instruments, then summary. Okay, these components should be there. Background, introducing the topic, describing scope and organization, this review past and present literature, clarity purpose, how much literature you have collected, from where you have collected, what are the sources you have referred or databases you have referred, how many years of data you have collected, etc. Then theory, okay, this is the first part, and then the theory, all research has a precedent, you know that one. Some are true research or fundamental research or basic research. For example, this Newton's gravity. Okay, so that you know, this is a fundamental one. Okay, so almost all are now we are doing this applied research. You know that one. Okay, majority of them are doing applied research. So all the research has a precedent, integrated key points and make appropriate and the inferences you are to write. That's very much required. Inferences should be provided and be aware of a relationship. Okay, be aware of relationship to your topic. Okay, next, review of literature on instruments. Okay, present evidence or to support your choice, reliability and validity estimates, and description of the samples. This is another part. Then summary finally. This concise account of the knowledge and the instruments used, what you have used, what others have used. You have done a thorough background investigation. Okay. This is what we call I already told. Select a topic, search, choose a literature, analyze and interpret, and then write the review. So choose, you know that anyone, first you are selecting the area of interest and selecting the research interest from everyday interest. Use the research interest to choose the research topics. It can be reviewed from two sources, one the primary source and the secondary sources. While searching this literature review, first and foremost what you have to do, I already told this one. there are many secondary. First, you have to go to this secondary source. There are many databases are available. No, that you have to this record, particularly this IEEE databases, etc. Or you can see there are many abstracting and indexing databases or the bibliographical databases are available that you have to see. Then after reading the abstracts, annotated bibliography, all these things, you can get an idea whether I have to collect the primary source or this primary article or journal article. Okay, journal article. So if it is badly needed, then we can collect from any library or we can write to the editor or the publisher. Okay, publisher of that particular journal. From there you have to collect. This is the method of collecting the review of literature. First and foremost secondary sources, then from there you have to get the primary sources. Search and choose the literature. This is the next part, the second step. Where can the appropriate literature we can found? This already I mentioned: academic journals, conference proceedings, government pamphlets, thesis, dissertations, etc. This is see here in this IEEE explore. This explore from these also we can get. Okay, here you can give this keywords and explore many relevant information for your research. Then main source, this are linked to magazines, electronic databases are now almost all our resources are available in electronic form. Books also sometimes read, journals, conference thesis, encyclopedias, research reports, etc. Sometimes research reports and the thesis and dissertations are gives very good information for you, and through that you can get very good information. You have to have this see various type of literature. Search and choose the literature. This is the next step. And then search here, map your material, decide what data would be relevant to your research. This stage gives you the researcher a chance to refine and or expand your research topic. That's also we can do. Then I think in some of the universities, first you have to select the topic and give the objectives. I think IAC it is not like that in University of Science order. First, because the objectives anytime it may change, or even this topic may anytime you change while doing your research. Okay, it may change also. That's why what they are thinking, this there's no need of beginning in the beginning. There is no need of finalizing the research topic. Okay, so but that time the researcher has uh, is not having much idea about research. After studying various literature, he can get very good ideas by attending the conferences or seminars, meeting with many seniors, researchers or the faculty or scientists. He can get this very good information. Okay, so after that, that way he can select, and that way he can finalize his research topic. Analyze and interpret the literature is more important. Okay, then write the review. Okay, this last part, the composing this molding and refining the literature. Written literature review becomes a work that accurately convey the research that can be understood by the intended audience. Okay, beginning the literature review. This is what you have to do. Then introduce, conclusion, because I already told one is introduction, then what is the body should be there, and the many elements, and the conclusion that can be arranged. In how to organize this one, that is very important. Okay, organize the schema should be used to arrange the literature in topical order. You can do topical wise. Topical means subject wise, subjects. That way we can arrange. Chronological order means year wise you can do. Okay, from this 19, if I collected data from 1995 to till date, then you can put that one. The first you can put this latest one, and then the next this previous years. And problem cost solution. If anyone want to interact? Okay, chronological order. Uh, how long I have to take, Kodandra? So, chronological, problem for solution order, general to specific order, no to unknown order, then comparison and contrast order. Then we can see this last part, specific to general order. These are the various ways. Topical order wise, I told. Chronological wise also you can read. Problem cause solution order is general to specific, because general first you are taking and then specific you are taking. Known to unknown order, comparison and contrast. Then or another order is specific. First you are putting the specific and then general. Okay, general reviews you are putting. So these are the many ways you can present. This is what I told example. Okay, this is not required now. Writing this review of literature, I skip this one. I'll do that one. So this review how it looks. This is one. Okay, and where to start? There is so many people are facing the problem. You don't need to read everything, but you cannot do it also because it's not possible. I told repeatedly many times. I expressed this one. Every text is reading is not possible. You don't need to read this every this word also. Very important this aspects relating to your this topic. Very important documents or the studies relating to your area of interest can be selected and explored. Points to be considered for literature is one, be specific. Because whatever you are concentrating, be specific, be selective, focus on current topics, ensure evidence, focus on sources of evidence from where you are taken this particular this review. So for that, you have to give accurately these citations. Then reference citations, proper citations. There are two types of citations. You can see one is a in-text citation and another one is end-text citation. In text means within the text we are quoting, and then end text means at the end of the chapter or end of this the book or this journal article or the thesis we are giving it this list. Okay, that is what we call end text. So organization of literature review, then very systematically organized, referring this original source. Always I told no, if it is badly needed, sorry, this is a very good, very good related to your research. Okay, research. In such a case, what you have to do, you have to collect the original source. Original source you have to collect. Avoid abbreviations. Don't put the abbreviations much because no one will understand. That's why while writing thesis also very important. Don't use many times. If scientific jargons are very important, badly needed in such a case you use. Otherwise, there is guidelines also that don't use the scientific jargons. It should be written in simple English. Okay, simple. Okay, because it is not only reading by the experts but also the common people, others can. Okay. Now, simple and accurate sentence structures you have to do. That's what I told. How to write this literature? This example, organization theories have defined organizational effectiveness in the various ways. Organizational effectiveness has been described in terms of the goals. This is a quotation. This sentence he has taken from Edzoni 1960 from his this work. Efficiency, Kurtz and Kahn from 1968. Resource acquisition, Whitford and this Seashore 1967. As Cutler 2002 remarked, there is a little consensus on how to conceptualize, measure, or explain OE. So, one example we can see. Many of these studies you can see on web analysis or website analysis. Okay, there are many studies. If this is a related findings should bring together. Okay, related together. Okay, that should be this because the statements are same, the results are same. In such a case, there is no need of writing separately in separate paragraphs. Bring it together at one. Yeah. So examples of literature research are now moving away this, from a single model and are taking contingency approaches to conceptualize OE. Okay, this statement. This is what I told. Research are now moving away from single model and are taking contingency approaches to conceptualizing OE. Okay, OE. So this is a how many this what are the, how many studies we can get this statement. Okay, Cameron in 1996, he also quoted, and World Flood in 1998, and Italy 2001. Okay, in almost all these studies, in almost these studies, what we can see, these this organization efficiency, organization effectiveness, and these particular statement or this findings we can see in all this literature. One, two, three. Okay, three. This author have written. No, their studies also says the same. Okay, that's why I told all these we have to bring it together in one particular place. There is no need of writing this Cameron's what the this is findings one place and this Warner's pilot is one another place and Atlee another place. No, okay, because we have to bring it together all these things. Then how to write the references, the books, journals, online documents I already told. Format for citing the references. This is more important. Okay. So author A and author B, because then here, okay, if the two authors this way, that then title should be in italic, title of the book, edition or if not first, and the city, then publisher. Book by the single author, this way you are right, this is the one. Okay. Uh, then formatting the citation references, this is one. Two authors names, this way you are to cite. This is this also varies from one this type to the another. There are many this reference citations are available. One is Chicago is very popular. Chicago and APA is more popular. APA and this MLA and the Chicago and the IEEE. So agriculture related, some other this citation style is there. Many, and this Vancouver is another one. These are the many citations styles are available. Which the citation you are using, style you are adopting or using in your using for writing your review of literature as well as providing the references that you have decided. In engineering field, almost all you are using IEEE standards. Then this formatting for citing this citing references. Okay, this way, this I can see this way. This is more important. This referencing electron. This is another entirely this another topic because it needs another 2 hours to explain how you have to quote the references, particularly this in-text references or the in-text references. Uh, One, if you are just following APA, particularly APA, that also gives a lot of information. How the single author comes, what you have to quote, and two author, three author, more than, and up to this 20 authors now. Seventh edition says up to 20 authors. Okay, you can. Right. Earlier, sixth edition up to sixth author, and after that at all. Now it is not up to 20 author. You can mention. Okay, in your this the references. This is what. Then next, the sources of literature I already mentioned this. These specific, these are the things I told. Organized literature, referring this original source also, and evolving literature is not something you do now and forget about. Your field is constantly evolving and changing. Because if you are today you are started your research, you are joined for your research. After this, you 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 may take this 3 to 4 years for completing your research. By the time there are many studies are coming. Okay, that studies also you have to see. The subject is that way only. Any subject, it evolve like anything. Earlier, that only this there was no engineering because no what this physics from that electronics are developed. Okay, then that physics from that this computer science has developed. So this way knowledge is developing or the subject is developing. Okay, developing like anything. Okay. This is mainly because of the radical development in the field of the research and also this in various areas. Annotated steps in review of literature, this also I told. Important tips, use the present tense always, that I have given many examples for this. This shows that it is a probable that superheroes, all these are examples, some of the examples I have taken, leave it to that one. Questions, Then how has the topic has been studied, what has been found, which issues have highlighted, what have key terms or the concepts been used. This is we can find get from review of literature. And then other works also. Others work from the participant information we can get sample size, location of the study, where they have conducted the study, type of the study, which type of study, whether it is experimental, okay, quantitative study, qualitative study, etc. Applied study, fundamental study, basic study, whatever. Like. Then nature of the task, then findings, relations to your work. So synthesize whatever the data you have collected. Okay. Then this is a paragraph how you have to put paragraph one. This two authors counts, three authors counts. All this will come. This is research by Brownie. Okay. Now, here in text, don't use while writing this review of literature in text means within the text. Don't use initials. Initials. You can see it here many places they are not used. See this Berkowski and this Robinson, comma 2001. Okay, that is they have. Here also you can see the first the 1998, then 1990, this 94 and 2001. How they have arranged this one? Because alphabetically H, then K. Okay, that this is the latest one. Okay, so that way they are arranging. What is important here is don't give initials here. Okay, only this surname should be provided. Guidelines, compare and context similar conclusions. Okay, this is leave it. This is there are many. So this way, Smith and Jones 2004 analyzed. Okay, critical answer the checklist also you have seen. Other facts also this leave it. This is this I think I told. Information present, this in text, tables, charts, diagrams, all these things also you can use. While in the review of literature also you can provide all these things. Then methodological critics also you can, okay. Then reminders, okay, these are the things. If you want this 7th edition, how it is AP one, you can say notable the changes also there. I think it is it takes more time. If you want further, just I can explain also what it says, what the changes, what we can see in the 7th edition. Many of them, your in-text citations, one we can see. Publisher location, etc. This is what we call in-text citation. Okay. This is what we are writing in a references. In text, we are not putting this one. Yes, sir. COVID 2013. We are not giving any title and other publishers details there. Okay. That is what we call in-text reference. In text, we are writing this here. So in-text references, citations are shortened now. Shortened. Taylor et al. Okay, that we are writing instead of writing this all authors' names. So these are some of the changes. Also, we can see up to 20 authors in the reference list we can put nowadays. That's one major change is what we can see in our APA. Up to 20 authors in the references. POIs are formatted as URLs now. Earlier this we used POI, now this URLs. Citation is citing the web pages. This is also more important nowadays. You should know how to quote web pages, or how to cite web pages or electronic resources like e-books, e-journals, websites, etc. There are, apart from these, there are many other non-document resources like films, TV series, and podcast, webinars, honest video, photographs, etc. That also you have to concentrate. Okay. Singular this day researcher's career depends on how often he is cited. Okay. Instead of that, you can use this they are cited. They are cited. This is a good method. Each examiner submitted his or her assessment. Instead of that, each examiner submitted their this assessment. That way we have to provide. That's what a guideline says. Use singular they. Okay. Then be sensitive to label. Okay. The poor, don't say that way, because people living in poverty. Okay. Then transsexual instead of that transgender people. Appropriate level of specificity over 65 in that instead of the people aged 65 to 75. That way, if you are giving this good. Asian participants in Vietnam, Colombia, and Thai participants. That way, if are specifically provided, that will be good. That's what they are suggesting. Okay. More citations. This is I don't want to touch this one because this is related to citations. What are coming? Uh, so sources late. This is what we can I can say. This is separate aspect. How to cite citations, etc. So
Yes, sir.
yes, I think this. If any of the questions or this clarification they can. I have mentioned this touch important aspects of literature review. Why it is important, the purpose of this one, and the objectives, and why it is important. What we this our the friends have to write the literature review in their research papers as well as the thesis and dissertations, okay, etc. uh, Broader ideas I have given. I think they can refer some other documents also. And another important thing I already mentioned that it varies from one type to another type. This type of research. That's one thing. And the guidelines also, it varies from guidelines to guidelines. Okay, because AP is one way, and this IEEE standards are sorry, MLE is another one, IEEE another way, and Chicago style manual is another. So these are the differences we can see. What the guidelines says, which guidelines you are following in your research, or that is more important. And what the guidelines says, if you are following with that one, then you can systematically write the view of literature. That is very systematically you can write. That is what needed in any this research paper as well as thesis and dissertations. Okay, many people are because many of us are very poor in this what they call this quoting that one the information. That should be avoided. We have to overcome that one. We have specifically given that. I have given example relating to that also. You, if you want, you refer in many these articles published in your this IEEE database, IEEE Explore. Okay. So or MRI or Explore or this ProQuest or PubMed. Okay. In all these very good international publications we can see are peer-reviewed, refereed journals in that very good articles, how they are particularly this providing or writing review of literature that you can, once you can go through, then you can get a very good idea. Hereafter, if you are not this, I think you are followed all these things. Many things are while writing you have adopted through. Okay, if you are not, you have to have okay. This use some guidelines, what the author guidelines, etc., and write very systematically the literature review. Then it gives more weightage to your article as well as your thesis. Okay, that's what I can say. Okay. So I think, hope I have touched the heart. I think that's what some important, because it is not possible to cover the entire this games. Okay, only this few this points I have touched. Okay, then you can, as an enlightened people or this enlightened scholar, you can develop, okay, develop yourself, okay, while writing these articles and theses. Okay.
Sir, actually, we have received a few questions from the participants.
Yes, good.
Actually, Somebody has asked, what is the difference between a summary of text and review of text?
Okay, summary of text and review of text. Okay, so good question. Summary of text is nothing but is the abstract, what we can say. Summary of text is nothing but abstract. Review is beyond that. Okay, beyond that. Review of literature in that we are concentrating only the important points relating to your topic. That's all. Got it. A summary means it is abstract for this article, what it contains, or what the thesis it is cover, etc. Methodology, objectives, this, that, many things. But this review summary only concentrating your area of topic, area or this your topic. That only you can do. Others, this irrelevant, this other things you are not considering. This one. Okay. Hope you are getting it. Next. Is there any next question, sir?
Sir, another question is how to do the literature review without reading each and every text completely.
Oh, good. So there are ways the software also available that will also help. Mascuda, you might have heard it. Mascuda when software is there. There also you can put. But whatever may be the researchers' prime duty is to read the original text. Okay, the full original text. That's what I told. There is no need of reading the entire because you are not having the time also. That is why, first of all, you are referring the secondary sources. Then, if that article, among that one, which one is badly needed, appropriate, most important, okay, that you have to collect. Okay, that primary this article you have to collect, or the thesis you have to collect, that you have to refer. Okay, no other alternative for that. As a good researcher, okay, as a prompt researcher, look, you have to read. No, this alternative. We cannot overcome this one. Reading is without reading we cannot. Yes, sir. Hope you are ready.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
that's all, sir.
Okay.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Any other, sir? If having these questions, you can ask. No problem.
No, sir. No more questions raised by the participants.
Okay.
Participants, still we have got 10 minutes more. If you are having any questions, please ask here. Sir, somebody asks that, yes, is there any particular website where they can obtain the literature review for research purposes?
Oh, website.
Yes, sir.
But there is no this particular website. This is for getting review of it. But databases are there. I already mentioned IEEE database for engineering discipline is a good one, and this also depends upon your topic, isn't it? Godandam, apart from this, are you using any other database? Because yes, journal articles are there. This journal, many these publishers are there. That I agree. Okay, from there also, not only this IEEE. So you can also throw some lights on that.
Yes, sir. We are using Scopus database for preparing the literature review.
Yes.
What we actually do in Scopus is we will search for the scholarly literature based on the keywords of research scholars' interest.
Yes.
So when we search in the database, it retrieves a lot of documents. So based on the relevancy and recency of the documents, we will finalize the content and use it in our literature review.
Exactly.
So this is one of the beautiful database. In fact, in the morning, there was a demo on Scopus by Aaron Gordon.
Yes.
So
initially, I referred that one. Web of Science, Scopus, IEEE databases, etc. Okay, if you related to other discipline, okay, because sometimes this engineer discipline also multidisciplinary, sometimes we are touching other areas also. In such a case, that particular database you are correct. Okay, then good. Yes, if any of this doubts and we can clarify. Myself or this Dr. Kondatram also will help. No problem, because finally what you and we are is here to enrich knowledge. That's all.
That's all, sir. Thank you so
Okay.
much for your wonderful session. It was very detailed. I know that this topic is very broader one, but really you managed it well to cover every aspects of literature review. I, on behalf of PSC and the participants team, I would like to thank wholeheartedly for taking out your time from your busy schedule. Thank you so much for being a part of this program and casting your knowledge upon us. Thank you so much, sir.
Okay, thank you very much, Dr. Kodandram, and all participants, because they have this fully this because the participants are very important for us. They have raised few questions also. That's also well taken, well received. So I think they are also satisfied. So they have given me an opportunity. This particular this engineering college. I grateful to them. I also the ACT.